All systems go, Captain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm back, yeah. Love, crazy ain't the great nerdcore rap guy. Got into a dual fate and I just pulled a trap card. Third-rate rappers with a fourth-rate catalog. Destined for the shadow realm, y'all should never act hard. Flow is so insidious that I need an apprentice type. Master with the force, peep the context in my sentence, right? Phantom like the Sith is, just don't ask me what my pen is like. They know that I'm the menace, who you kidding? Bitch, I'm dangerous like. Sweet to drive, hide-headed, rhymes are surely cold. Tested, you can never twist my metal like the jury goes. I ain't never mad when I push it to the max. I got Chris riding with me, bout to turn this bitch to Fury Road. Since animated, I'm the one the crew congratulated. When this will provide protective cover like it's laminated. Damn, I made this 16 like a guillotine. It's fascinating. If you think that you're ahead, you get decapitated. All that aside, I ain't merely here to rap words. I'm here to tell you who representing for the black nerds. And to remind you, neither one of these are bad words. Biggest living mirrors, they just choose to see it backwards. Who be the leaders of discussion when a topic trends? Dissections got the culture under microscopic lens. Who got the type that you can miss it from the start and make you feel like an expert on the subject by the time it ends? Check the stat, Louis, viewership is mad nice. All these other shows don't seem to cut it, that's a bad slice. Off the books with unscripted drills you can't write. No vampires, but these interviews don't end right. Yeah, this is the best part. Rhymes on Mandalorian, Independence made a best score. Starting a war with these stars, you won't get far. This is the way you play a game of life or death star. So far removed from the drama, we don't notice harm, but won't hesitate to shed a light like a Patronus charm. With mischief managed, troubles at a disadvantage. Must be something in the water, dip your toe because you know it's warm. Where can you find another show with such a fine cast? And if you try to box them in, they playing Minecraft. And basically to sum it up like you define math, this crew's the best and it figures like a line graph. I'm Mary band like the words I do. Level-headed, you don't have to have absurd IQs. They know you can relate because they're nerds like you. With their help, you'll see the world from a blur's eye view. Yeah. You are now tuned in to Blerd's Eye View. And without further ado, we out. Yeah.
Yes, that was just a taste of what's going on at Blerdcon 2024, sponsored by Blerd Station. I am your man on the wall, Chris Fury, back with another episode of Blerd's Eye View, and we are recouping from Blerdcon. So let's get this started. Grill the Horror, what's happening?
Okay. Recouping. That is a very nice word for something I haven't been able to do yet.
Oh, I still don't know what it is. I'm operating off of something. I don't know what it is.
That's a fact. Okay, about 2, 3. I'm usually good with one coffee. Nah, about 2, 3.
See, I want to shout out, because I haven't had an opportunity to do it, but I want to shout out your other half, Jay, for coming in on Clutch and recording some of the interviews for us and getting a lot of B-roll footage and stuff. Shout out to Jay. He's also the one that's behind the new Blerd's Eye View logo. So shout out to Jay, man. He's a stand-up guy. I like this guy. He's family. He likes to stay off camera.
Very much so.
Unless he's doing something, but he's a genius behind the lens. So shout out to Jay for doing that one.
Appreciate you, man.
Shoyo. We got a chance to get with Shoyo.
Oh.
How was it for you, Shoyo?
Don't be shy. Don't do that.
She's muted. Oh
Wait
my
a minute.
God.
I got my Freddy Claus. We can go.
You
You on mute,
muted.
babe.
Yeah, you muted. You muted.
You muted.
Y'all, that's
did.
actually insane. I have never done that. That's crazy. That is so unlike me.
And
Ooh,
you officially
your cherry got popped for the first time, girl.
That is crazy. But
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
Blerdcon was cool. It was definitely great to meet you all and see y'all. You know, Tafari didn't see me. Maybe that was second time. Mando second time. Because we went to DreamCon last year, but you know, meeting y'all for the first time was definitely cool. And even though I see them, I've seen them before, they don't get to see me often. Nobody gets to see me often. So it was fun. It was a good time. That's all I can say. Now we gotta show you out the house. You're not lying, because I'm sitting here cutting apples and mandarins. Okay, this is what I do for fun. Okay?
There was determination to be had, because we were determined to get a good portion of the crew in the building. Also, I want to shout out our last week's guest, Shayna Jones. She actually manned the camera. You know, she actually manned the camera while we were there at Blerdcon for. So it was her first time, and yeah, so she was manning.
Was she there on Friday?
She was there. Yeah. It was Friday.
Okay.
She was there Friday. She was there. Actually, she was manning the camera when we had Cleo and Wes Armstrong on.
Okay.
So, yeah, y'all heard that, right?
That's good.
Light flex.
Week.
I mean,
Shout out
it's gonna be a
KDS
heavy flex for
Entertainment over here. Oh yeah. We couldn't get our ship right there because he had to take care of business at home, which was much necessary. But our very own Black Spartan is in the building. What's going on?
What's good?
Hi. You're muted now too. Hey, man.
It's not
I'm sorry. I started it.
I blame Obi. He pressed the mute button.
That's right. Blame the kids.
Yep.
I blame the toddler with quick hands. You are exactly right, Lanny.
Well, Spartan had to live vicariously through his shipmates.
Y'all,
Hey, it's got to happen sometimes.
Yep,
I have learned so much from watching y'all's videos about y'all, especially Kira.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! Look,
it was a time had.
It definitely was a time had.
Very.
20 plus food trucks, 20 plus food trucks, a broken escalator, and the elevator acted up at one point.
And I was never on one that got stuck.
That was true.
And I stayed at the hotel. Listen, let's go.
Look, Mayhem Media, the cinematic assassin, was there along with us. What's happening?
What's up, man?
New hat alert.
I'm about to say, I feel like you didn't wear no hats.
My man was out there. He was manning the boards, keeping everything going in between, and keeping things checked in.
Yeah, man, you know, fell back into my live production days, just making things happen, making shit shake, as they say.
All right.
And from what I've been hearing, we've been shaking the rafters.
I'm weak.
They said it's nothing but positive reviews on Blerdcon's first ever live stream and our first 3-day live stream. So Blerd Station is in the building, handling business. If you got a chance to see the live stream on the Blerdcon YouTube page or the Blerd Station homepage, you got to see the live stream, and you got to see some of the beta that was being shown as well, as long as bits and pieces from 3 Black Geeks, Blerd's Eyeview, and some of the interviews we've all done together. So, but yeah, it definitely was a vibe.
Very much so.
So shout out to 3 Black Geeks. They helped open it up. We followed through. Somehow through the blessings of Bast, I was able to keep my voice.
And you definitely talked a lot, so yes.
Yeah. We did 2-hour interviews. And I filled in some slots where folks didn't have a slot open.
So none of y'all lost your voice. That's so good. I didn't even think about that.
That's impressive.
I went back to the hotel Friday night saying, yeah, I need to rest.
Hey man,
There's no tea in sight, so I'm going to talk as little as possible.
Mm.
I'm just sitting back watching Tango and Cash.
y'all heard my Lainey heard my voice crack. I would have been the type of like my throat needs some rest. I need some rest, so I understand.
Listen.
So yes, you can, if you go to the Blerd station, if you go to blurdstation.com and look under live stream, you will see all 3 days of the Blerdcon 2024 live stream experience, sponsored by Blerd Station. The message got across. People have heard us, they seen us, and man, there were people who I know, cosplayers, that seen me and I didn't recognize them. Nakia Renee. She had so much wig and eye patch on because she went dressed as Molotov Cocktail from Venture Brothers, and she literally walked past me and got on the escalator, and I'm like, wait, I see the post, and I said, wait, that was you? And she was like, yeah, and I'm like, you should have came. She was like, y'all were filming. I said, you could have came on over. So yeah, there was a lot. Roxy Hayes was in the building.
Yeah.
Roxy Hayes was all over the place.
She was the building at one point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
She rocked that building.
So Roxy Hayes was in the building. Walter Jones was showing out. Atandwa Akani was out there doing his thing. King T'Chaka himself. There was a lot to be said. There was a lot to walk away with. There was tons and tons of information. Great cosplay. Shout out to Sayone Cosplay.
Woo!
It's Tafari trying to tell us to stop, and we ain't even start yet. That's what's crazy to me.
Hurry up. This ship ain't launched yet. You know better.
Lizzie not wrong though.
Yeah. Sayone Cosplay for 3 straight days. If I had to describe her cosplay in one word, it would be elegance.
Yeah.
Every single day, dedication, body paint, and ball gowns, and accoutrement.
Wow.
Just mind blowing. And I had to tap her on the shoulder. I said, every time I see you, whether it's on IG or whether it's at a Blerdcon, you kill it.
Yeah.
Every single time. She was an absolute dream. Me and Lainey took a picture of her. I think it was day 2.
Yeah, what was she was
no, day 1. It was day 1. No, day 1 when she.
I took a picture of her.
Yeah,
day 1, but I took a picture with her day 2.
When I say the picture doesn't do justice,
nah,
because I look back and I'm like, no, but this thing was lit up. Like her dress was lit up, the shoes was lit up. I was trying to find out where the lights were on the shoes, and I was a little outdone. I was just dedication. Shout out to Sayone Cosplay.
Well,
I'm
gonna be Kara. Stop with your keyboarding.
Wow.
Stop with your keyboarding.
Oh, we're not even 20 minutes into the show. Wow.
I mean, you're right.
Well, that's what
you
that's
already
what she
got
said.
time. Stop with your keyboarding, please and thank you.
Already called out.
I mean, seriously.
Shout out to just one of my favorite Blerd couples. Just one of them. Not the only one. There's a couple Blerd couples out there that we absolutely adore. Six of Kage and Afro Cocoa Puffs. They were not in attendance because they are planning their nuptials. So shout out to Afro Cocoa Puffs and Six Kage for getting that together. But shout out to Mr. Tetris Cosplay and Sadiq with Love. That couple every time, and extremely happy. And I told him, I said, every time I see you, every time y'all got together, man, I ain't never seen you. Cheshire Cat. You just been. I'm like, man's happy. That's good. She's happy, and I'm happy for both of them. Happy for the both of them. So, but yeah, it was definitely an event. There's still time to sign up for Blerd Station, so you go to blurdstation.com. Sign up for the email updates. We are so close. When I say we are so close, go sign up for blurdstation.com, and you will see exactly what we're doing. But yes, Bama said there was a live stream. Yeah, Bama, you didn't pay attention. There was a live
All
stream.
3 days.
All 3 days.
Yep.
Wi-Fi be damned.
That part.
Ooh.
Why Bama just had show your brain. It's okay.
There was me, myself, between me, Mayhem, CJ of 3 Black Geeks, Ayers of 3 Black Geeks. We were manning that, and Tafari, we were manning that board so much. I didn't see the vendor hall until Saturday, and we were there Thursday. So there was a lot to take in. Shout out to TJ Sterling Art. Shout out to Wes Armstrong, Khalil Thomas, Roxy Hayes. Phil Boutte was in the building. Every time I seen Phil more times, and every time I seen him, somebody was on the couch doing an interview. I could not get that man over there in enough time to sit him down and let's talk. So Phil Boutte of 9B Collective, he's a friend of the show. He's been on the show several times. Jason Michael Primrose.
Yes, sir.
Great finally seeing that brother in person. He made me even more jealous, staying in Portugal and saying
Right.
less.
Right.
And he was talking about it too. Like it's a vibe over there.
It
Especially
is.
for the Black community. It's a vibe over there.
So
I gotta go over here and get one of them shirts.
there.
The little like netted vest sleeveless situation. I was like, I want some sexy shit on like that. That's nice.
Silly.
He's like, it's
You
a
got-
Portuguese designer. I was like, oh, bet.
Okay.
So yeah, Rexo Comics was in the building. Hotep of Black Lion and Cubs. Night of Abyss. Congratulations, 86K on your Kickstarter for your project. He was a past guest, so shout out to him. Being major moves. I was able to go to his table because when I went in the vendor room, I ran into about 70% of the people in there have been on the show. Tony Weaver was in the building. Terry Huddleston was in the building. Shout out to him. Greg Burnham in Atlanta Comic-Con was up there. Atlantic Comic-Con was up there representing All Nerd Entertainment. Shout out to you. He was one of the outlets that performed for us at the Blerd Station Press Desk. Yeah, believe it or not, nice to meet you too. Yeah, it was a lot of people who I've either met online and got a chance to finally see them in person.
Yeah,
it was the overall aspect of this convention is the same. It felt like a barbecue. Felt like the family get together because come Sunday after opening ceremonies, no one wanted to leave. At least in the crew, we knew we had to leave, but no one wanted to leave.
that part.
It was definitely on some. You ain't gotta go home.
You gotta get the hell out of here.
So
They start playing Semisonic on y'all.
you know how they do it. You know how they
They start moving the people out.
Yeah. It was like, wait, is that air I feel all of a sudden?
They said this weekend is over.
They cut the lights off. They cut the lights off on like church.
We were in between two different conventions. I don't know what either of them was. All I know that they both involved suits.
No way! I didn't even know that.
Hey, the man of the hour.
Tafari can tell you because he
I'm
made
bearing a cease and desist from Mayhem. Please, I need my peace, sir. Stop it. If any of y'all want to know what the hell he's talking about, if you go to our community tab and look at the first day, I'm making that face for a reason. That's all I'll say.
You need a better lawyer because that cease and desist ain't gonna work.
Forget Mayhem's the Usopp of the crew, so yeah, he's not gonna miss a shot. I'm telling you.
That's a fact.
No,
I'm a victim. I just want to put that out there. me, and whoever else got handed fake 20s in the vendor hall. That's just.
Wait, you got
I
fake
read about that.
20s?
I don't know where I read that, but that is crazy.
Wait, what?
So there were two of
Y'all ain't see about the fake money?
Yeah, some vendors they didn't. I don't know which vendor it was, but I found out this morning that it was a vendor that got handed a fake 20, maybe fake 40, I believe it was. That was probably sitting on top of money. And when you see how busy it was, I I can see how they got away with it. I can see how they
So
got away with it.
did it look like a 20 or
Yo,
not?
it looks dead like a 20. It's just that on one side it clearly says printed like this is a movie replica, not legal
Wow.
printing or something like that.
Damn. So how did you get a hold of this 20?
No, somebody posted it in the Facebook group.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Roxy handed you a fake 20?
What was they paying you for, my guy? What was they paying you for, Tafari? I was just trying to figure
I'm
it
sorry,
out.
Tafari. I'm sorry, Tafari. That was on me. I blame Will.
Good night, America.
Will
Thank you for
Square.
coming.
Y'all both need to go to
I gotta be
the corner.
responsible for your own actions.
Jesus.
I blame Will as a terrible influence.
That might be correct. I think you might be on to something with that.
Might?
Wow.
I love you.
Me personally, I haven't. Will hasn't influenced me incorrectly yet, but I have seen him.
Just wait.
Kind of. So it's like.
I mean,
I
agree.
see
So
it.
y'all, I don't think I've been influenced either. But again, just being around.
I don't influence, but like Lainey always says, it's the 3E, so I somehow encourage. So whatever.
Not encouraging the
3
bad
cubed
behavior.
and W squared. Where's Eyeview?
So while we wait for Lady Mandalore, show yo, how was the first time amongst the crew?
Oh, it was funny. It was very funny. Like when we went to Lainey's room, not gonna lie to y'all, I was tired. I was late. I was like, I was supposed to go home. I was like, I'm supposed to start my drive. But it was fun in there. Then we heard about the political news, and that shit was just oh my God.
I love how we just tap out of the world and like, hey, let's have a black gathering, and the rest of the world.
No, 100%.
It really did. It just so happened that I saw that on my phone.
I would have never seen it.
Yep.
Okay, had I not opened Instagram at the same time that Tafari has said it.
Yep.
I would have never seen it because I would have just, I probably would have missed it. By the time I got home, it would have been off my timeline. Probably.
We were in our own enclave.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Prowess to Testament, who I got to see for the first time in person.
Blerdcon Day.
It's still 100+.
It was when Sunday when I left, they said Monday it was gonna be 100 degrees. I was like, "Ooh, I got out of there in time."
That don't make no damn sense.
See, I can't do 100+. The Cali in me is just like anything that hits like 78 is too high. Hi, Mando.
Hi. Hey.
How you
See,
doing?
that's when you just basically put barbecue on the street and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was definitely an event.
It was a good time. I'm glad I went on Saturday if I was gonna go for any single day. I mean, usually Saturday is the best and biggest day of any con. So I'm glad that I went on Saturday instead of like going on Sunday or Friday. But yeah, it was good. I would definitely I got to meet some other people too that I had never met in real life from online. So that was cool too. So, it was a good experience. Y'all are all very funny.
Eccentric.
Yes, eccentric is the perfect word. Y'all are very eccentric individuals. Like y'all was definitely about the business, but when y'all was just sitting down, obviously just Mando, because I didn't see Mando already.
This is what's hilarious.
Oh yes, Kira, it's your turn. It's your turn. Kira.
First off, Prowess says it was Wakanda equatorial any weather down. Yes.
Yep, accurate.
It was.
No, last year was that. This year
it wasn't. It was just more muggy. It was more muggy.
A little bit.
It was more muggy, but it was when we went to Lainey's room to kind of relax, and we were going to do we did a react, so you can check that out on the YouTube channel. Here's it. I'm going to stretch out. So she lays on the floor. Mind you, Shoyo walks right by her and didn't see her. And where I was sitting at, I was sitting in the chair. And so she was like, "Wait, where's Kira?" Kira just thumb up. All you see is her arm and a thumb going, "I'm here."
Like,
And she was there for Shoya came in for like 5 minutes before she even asked.
Yeah.
Look, I was just I heard her. She said something randomly, and I was like, "Wait a minute, where is she at?" Because
I do believe it was. Are we starting yet?
Yeah.
oh, it might have been, and I was sitting here like, where the hell is she at? I'm sorry, and I had said right after then, like, I can't see shit. Like I was like, had I walked too much to the right, I might have stepped on your hand. Like, and it would have been like, oh shit, you're right here.
And mind you, she could have been on the bed. I had double beds, so there was fine. I don't know why you wanted to be in the floor.
Like,
put that out there.
Like,
I'm not getting on nobody's bed with my outside clothes on. You must be out your goddamn mind.
There was one that was just for our stuff that we
We don't know that.
Right? Because I did not know that at all.
Your baby right there, so I'm not gonna go in.
We were raised in black.
You don't know what
That's
that
not. I'm not
is.
gonna go in. I'm crying.
There's nothing to go into. There was one bed that wasn't being used. Period. That's it.
So, believe it or not, said was so they said one convention was a church convention and the other one was a technology convention. So we were in between the two.
That explains.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what?
Two
That
different
explains-
ends of the spectrum.
That explains cosplay's twerk photo where she's doing the cami splits, and there's a flower lady right. That's like you can see in the corner. There's a flower lady holding the Bible that she got a picture of while she's doing the splits, and someone points out in the comments.
Oh no!
Wow.
I was like, what? I said, what second Sunday old lady walked into the con and didn't know where she was at?
That's crazy. No, because honestly, it's like you're so out of place. Like it's like you feel so out of place at either one if you are the opposite. Like if you're not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was
that explains so much.
It was. Shout out! I wish I caught the name of this food truck, but it was the Soul Food Truck. Shout out to them.
Something
Was
Georgia.
that good?
Oh my God!
It was like G Grill or something like that.
Yeah. When I say everybody was asking about, like, when rice and beans, mac and cheese, pulled pork, pulled chicken.
Wow.
Was that the one in the back?
Yeah.
Man, I was chatting up Auntie when we went to the truck. I'm pretty sure I got an extra scoop of macaroni over there.
Yeah, that thing slapped.
Boy, you talking about hitting the spot?
Yo, them district chicken too. Them wings was fat. I did not understand what I was getting into. They was
fat like big?
this.
Yeah.
They were whole wings. Whole wings.
Hey man, at this point, we can't get away from the GMOs. Might as well be good GMO chicken. It might as well be good.
It was juicy. My mouth.
That mutated chicken was blessed.
Look, I would say this. When me and Tafari and Kira went out to the food truck, it said we're out of pooled. What is it? We're out of pooled chicken. We're out of collard greens.
Damn.
And when I say outer, I mean OUTTA. Outer. They were out of it, and I'm like, well, it's enough of us here, so that makes sense.
Dang.
I also get like them not trying to like overdo it, like just bringing enough so that they wouldn't have to like waste food either. So it's like, hey, I mean, they sold out. I guess they sold out.
They know now. They know now.
They're shooting for it, but I mean, sold out food truck is one thing, but I'm be like, hey, y'all need to come from the restaurant and re-up. They still won't
that's fair too, unless they don't have a re-up. Like if they don't have a restaurant and they're just a food truck.
Shout out to the lemonade stand, because they come in clutch every year.
Oh my God.
With the fruit, they come in clutch.
Look, I don't know how y'all did that.
There was two. There was the one that was in the parking lot, and then there was the one that was next to the gumbo truck. I can't remember what their names were.
Oh yeah,
They
no,
had
it
their
was
own-
the one
one I
in the
went to was
parking
in the
lot is the
parking
one.
lot.
Yeah.
No, they were both. I had both. They in their own way. They
Baby,
both
okay.
It was cleaning the house.
refresh.
You had lobster, you had chicken, you had gumbo. What else was there? Now I'm hungry.
Ice cream and
Croissant.
Smoothie.
yeah, Will came back with a croissant.
One
I'm
of
like,
them.
Would
you
you
got a
like a croissant?
croissant?
Not
You
a
had-
croissant.
where is it? You had to find the one bougie spot. Where did you find croissant from?
They had so many
In
different
the corner,
food trucks
that's
out
where they
there.
stuck the white folk. In the back.
Oh my god! But it was at a total vibe. So, thankfully, next year they actually moved the convention to the first weekend of March.
Oh,
So it's going to be much cooler.
Birthday behavior.
okay.
Oh, I got me.
I know he. When I say he probably gonna be on his worst behavior, that's crazy.
Actually, I forgot.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
if you're
my
going,
goodness.
if you're going to go,
Safari and Will March Babies.
if you're going to go to Blerdcon, it's the best place to be on your worst behavior.
What?
Not too many
Yeah,
people
you're not
that
wrong.
on you in the
I
chat
mean,
as you're minding your business, just living your best life because you don't get to go out every goddamn weekend because your 30s have been, they in the back.
started
But you try to live your life as a good Christian woman, and people want to bring you down. I don't appreciate the blow up ship in the chat.
Oh no! Don't. Oh! We haven't got on you here. I was gonna stand and say you had me. He was like a good Christian woman. I'm like, wait a second. I'm looking forward to next year.
I will say this that like after, let me see, Thursday was day 0, so Friday was a party after every Friday. After Friday, it was a party every night. It's a party every night.
No, it was a
Friday
party.
was it a party?
There's a party on Thursday.
There's a party on Thursday.
I went in for setup. I went in for setup and went back to the hotel. I will say I felt every bit Captain Picard when I'm getting in the chat videos of the party that a part of the crew has gone to.
That is crazy.
I got my feet kicked up like I'm drinking Earl Grey or something. I was like,
no, literally. What did I say? I woke up on Saturday and was it Friday? I was like, so this what y'all do when I'm in bed? Like, I was like, wow. I was like, this is crazy. Because what is this? This is news to me.
This is where Tafari's story starts, and this is where Kira decides to plead the fifth.
I didn't see shit.
and that's
forever.
And that's the story we stick with. That's the story.
Your Honor, that was not me. That was my variant.
No, honestly, and I would believe Tafari because when I saw that motherfucking Tafari, okay, in that fucking white wife beater tank top, okay, I said, who the fuck is this?
I mean, it was high as balls, so I'm not surprised.
No. It was.
I was sitting.
Oh no,
there.
the Riley cosplay was fully built around the fact that I knew it was gonna be hot, and the worst part was watching it happen. For those who don't know, I got there early on Thursday, and it was just a bunch of white people in suits leaving from like a federal defense thing, and I could feel it getting hotter as we came in. And then I'm sitting here by myself with a suitcase, and slowly I keep getting surrounded like the Matrix by these like agent-looking people, and they just don't care. They just kept sitting around me with the damn Bluetooth and their laptops open. And I'm like, my man, you can't go do that shit somewhere else?
I mean, nah, I was like, who is this? Because this was not the Tafari I knew. I never thought I would see Tafari in a white tank top.
Oh, nah.
I was like, what?
Oh, you knew
tank tops, short sleeves, or tank tops and shorts. This cons are the ones here you'll see my knees and my shoulders.
I was just like, what the hell? And then the next day showed up in a long sleeve. I don't care if it was breathable.
Nah, yeah, you was crazy.
It was a long sleeve.
Yeah, I agree with that. You was crazy.
Well, long sleeve athletic so it absorbs the sweat, but I had shorts, so I can breathe.
Hey man, that was crazy. That was some crazy.
The rest of me is fine.
Petty, Will, petty.
Oh God, what did he do now?
It's in the private chat. Don't worry.
Stop it. Why do y'all let him do this?
I can't stop him. It's in the private chat.
Hey,
I mean, I said my piece in the chat a long time ago about that part. I was gonna stop.
Look, and I said
Yes,
my word.
I like to catch people off guard. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. You know?
hey,
I said what I had to say the night of, and I never spoke of it again. And I am a man of my word, and I will stick to it. Mayhem on the other
I made
way.
no such promise.
certified boogie.
I got you, Will. I got you.
Certified boogie.
If I
No,
really do
because
become
I'm
famous,
sure that
Will-
next year we'll have plenty of content from Will. It'll be the Will show.
Oh, yes.
Listen.
Oh, yeah. Factuals.
If I get it together and the body is bodying, y'all gonna see nipple. Y'all
First of
gonna
all, okay, because don't act like
Your wife is not gonna let
I
you
didn't.
don't play that.
I saw that vids. You was
love
still
nipple.
moving this year, okay? So it don't matter. I know you gonna show out next year. So
He gonna come out like Columbus is short extra from Stomp the Yard for no reason. See, I'm gonna agree with Chris. See, Chris will find his room afterwards. I'll find a gym. Will gonna come out like old boy from White Chicks, just completely with whistle and light sticks.
Terry Crews from White Chicks.
He was party already.
he was out here. He was out here. Those videos I did see, I was like, Will was out there dancing for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really was.
He was feeling it.
So imagine Blerdcon 2025. He just gonna be, where's Will? Dance floor.
Passed out.
Check the Instagram.
You're gonna revert back to your Blue Juice days.
that part. I'm gonna get a mean 12 and a half minutes of dancing. Then
I'm weak. And then he gonna be knocked. He gonna be like, somebody give me a drink.
If I ever
help
live
him
up to my
up.
famous name, Will's the one I gotta worry about going to TMZ. Look what he did back in 2020.
Right.
Are you saying this is gonna be Will?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
That is
I
gonna
think
be
it really
Will
will.
Rat.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, that's enough. That's enough.
Yo, the fact, no. Chris, how did you just get that real quick? Yo, I can't.
Because we all knew exactly
Like,
what Spartan was
No,
talking
I
about.
know. I'm just saying, like, it just came out, and you're like, you know what? I'm pulling that up right now.
Yeah, that's not in my bank. I just pulled that out. That's
I'm like, Will can have it. I'm gonna find someplace safe. I'm sorry.
There is nowhere, I promise you.
I got one question. I just got one question. Does the hotel have a gym?
Yes.
Then that's where I'll be.
Yes, it does.
I'm crying. They know
And
it.
You get
It actually
cardio
has a
by
private
using the
bathroom.
stairs to get to it.
that's true.
But you need a key. So if you know someone who's staying there, you can get in, and it has a private bathroom. So that was the bathroom I used. I was like,
So my escape plan for next year is set. Y'all can have the parties. Y'all know where to find me.
nah, we
I'm
gotta slip
crying.
you a Mickey because we gotta see you do
Slip
that.
him a Mickey.
No.
gotta see you do that
Wait a
too.
minute.
First of all, I don't even know what a Mickey is. So somebody.
Why do I gotta get Mickey?
not saying the crime part out loud.
Y'all gonna have me like the sea serpent among y'all. Like, nah, y'all got it. I'm drinking this water.
Here I come back.
They're gonna be like Corliss Targaryen, just like, yeah, y'all can keep that.
Not Corliss, Lord.
I don't want no parts of that.
So does anybody know what happened to the escalator? Because it was working again later that night.
They actually came.
Yeah.
I was manning the board.
Serviced it.
Yeah, I was manning the boards when they actually came to fix it. So, and it just so happened when they came to fix it, like they were going to shut it down, or they were blocking it off, and it was like a crowd of people going up. I'm like, it's kind of a stalemate. So, are you going to let them go up so then you can work on it, or you just going to let them wait while you work on it? Because I don't know how long that's going to take.
I'm just surprised they
It
broke.
didn't take them long, though. It really didn't take them long.
I'm like, they killed the motor in the escalator. Damn.
Yeah. Like
Nah,
that's
crazy.
what
We were
I
all
You know
there.
why? It's because I think it was after the cosplaying contest. Everyone
It
started to
was.
go upstairs, so it was like a literal nothing but people
hella
just
people.
steady walking, and all of a sudden it just stopped.
Oh yeah, that just
I think
continued.
it got worse. I think it actually broke right before the contest ended, because then it was still broken when the contest ended, and it was a long line of people that was trying. That's what me and Will got. That's why y'all made it before us, because then they blocked off the escalator. They wouldn't even let you walk up it. So they blocked it off for a moment, and it was just long lines of people trying to find which elevator now they're gonna go on, knowing how long the elevators take. And so then at some point they unblocked the escalator again for you to walk up it, and that's how we ended up getting upstairs. But it was so many people after the contest ended that was trying to get up there.
Me and Shoyo went on this damn Scooby-Doo adventure.
We did. Not gonna lie to you.
The hidden stairwells,
literally the back room.
And y'all was like, oh, we gonna be there before y'all. We was like, hey,
had it not been for those meddling kids, okay, they did block. Like literally, we went through the back rooms. I asked the lady, I said, "Where's the stairs on this floor?" Because they blocked the escalator. She said, "Oh, you see that door? You go through it." I'm like, "Okay, bet." Go through the door, climb the stairs.
I'm surprised you didn't go through the door and ended up at the Blue Oyster. It was just
we went through. We go up the stairs, and I'm like, Will is getting the sense like this might not be the way, but I'm like, we just go walk up here, and sure enough, it was like, do not walk through this door. This emergency fire alarms. So we walked down, and then we ended up in. We're like, this is definitely not where we're supposed to be.
Behind the vendor somehow.
Like it was like we just got messed up. We were like, no, we just gonna get out of here and go back up, and then find our way.
There was definitely moments.
Yeah, when Demetrius mentions like service elevators, I was like, where? Because I was definitely like Thursday before anyone got there. I was looking for rooms I wasn't supposed to be in, just sneaking into places. Like, I was kicking doors open I shouldn't have been in. Like, where's this? Okay, I'm gonna come back here, and then I see a sign. Hey, you can't come in here anymore, especially for the press room. I was mad about that.
Oh man!
Actually, I believe the service elevator is right near where we were.
Yeah, that's a freight.
Yep.
Yeah,
in the back hallway, the employee hallway.
Because if you go to the left, there it is.
So I want to say, what happened? Y'all were at the gospel conference?
I don't know if the gospel conference was before or after, but I tell you,
I remember I snuck like two people back there because they wanted to do an interview, and the people was getting hounded at our desk.
They sure do keep admitting to it. Anyway, are y'all talking about the chicks that were like dressed up as nuns?
No,
that's the Three Sisters.
I was talking about the Bene Gesserit chicks that were running all through the place.
Wow, yeah, I'd never seen that.
There was an actual
there was an actual like church conference.
Yeah, church
at
conference.
One of the other
hotels. It was either before or after us.
Whoops.
What's wrong?
I feel sorry for them. They saw a lot more skin than they wanted to. Like,
hey, because we was literally at the table talking about the skin. I said, hey, if there's something that you're guaranteed to see at a con, it's ass.
That's a fact. Like, who did that to make sure that was a thing that they should have done? Like, you have a church and then you have this.
Hey man, Hyatt was like, we finna get this money regardless. I ain't telling you what's next.
Look, you could be holy or you can be which one's gonna be.
There was an abundance of it. I would tell you that. I was just like, and like just like last year, and I said, well, it's hot. I'll allow it. And
absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not like there was a stripper pole anywhere, although that would have been different.
Yeah,
who's that?
Someone made something at the
Pardon?
I've heard that.
Huh?
Pardon?
I'm about to say.
What was said?
I hear you. What?
Lady?
Hey man,
you. I saw three pairs of eyes from South.
Somebody had a stripper pole.
All I gotta say is between Lady, Kira, and Will, y'all all three y'all eyes went to three different directions. That's why I was like, nope, don't want to know.
Good stuff happens.
I'm gonna do a quick.
I blinked. You just saw me blink, and that's it.
I'm gonna go do the round table. We'll start with Mayhem. Your experiences from Blerdcon 24 and being live, doing our live stream for the first time from Blerd Station. What's your experience?
Listen, the live stream, I feel like we definitely did the damn thing right there. I already have like a host of ideas, and whatnot for like, this is how next year is going to be this much better. Especially if I got to sit there so damn long. I want a more comfortable chair, and I want a little mini fridge with a little water bottles or something.
You know what? That is not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea. Don't touch that. That's Blerd Station product. You're not allowed in there. Stay out of
that's Blerd Station water.
Blerd Station water.
Blerd Station water.
The con itself, like, again, one day I'm gonna go to a convention and actually have a plan of things I want to see and interact with, because every convention I've been to almost to this point, I've been to work. And so when there wasn't work to do, I was just like wandering around aimlessly, or just like being one of my friend's shadows, because I'm that sort of introvert. But prizes of the weekend, of course.
Show it off.
Oh,
show it
green,
off.
you can't see it.
Oh wow,
that's funny.
What is
Green screen? But Phil Lamar signed my Green Lantern book.
Oh, you lucky duck.
Let's see if you can. Nope, we won't be able to see. Oh,
Nope.
You can see a signature, kind of.
Okay.
That's
lucky
very
duck.
funny. I forgot about the green screen. And oh no, where'd it go? Oh no.
I hope you didn't lose
Oh,
that.
oh no for me. What is that? T'Chaka. Oh, okay, he signed
T'Chaka.
it.
T'Chaka.
Yeah. And
My
also,
dumb
like,
ass left mine home.
we are like basically best friends damn near. Like, we ran into each other like 5 times over the weekend. Every time, oh, so it's just like I feel like we're this close to being actual friends. So just
make sure I'm a stickler. I'm a stickler because it's right over left. The other way is the Wonder Woman salute.
Yeah. Left over right. Left over right.
Like, why would I know that? Black Panther official. That's how I would know that.
Interesting. That Wonder Woman is co-opting Black culture.
Well, I mean, the original Wonder Woman was black, so
there's that.
So had a good time. Hopefully everyone else has a better time. That's probably stories for another time, as far as the the grumbles and the sad faces we saw. But overall, I had a blast.
Grill the horror.
I will start with I had a blast. Just like Will. I think my highlight definitely was being in the same room with Jay Lee.
You're welcome.
Like he
I love you. That's your birthday present. Let me let you know that's birthday and Christmas. You can
not damn and Christmas. Jesus.
Listen.
She marked them both up.
Right.
He was just so down to earth and funny. You know what I'm saying? Just off the grip. It was so cool to be around. But also because I'm an Orville fan, so it just was like this was the first, like, I guess, celebrity I had ever interviewed. So that was like a really like highlight for me. But I mean, an overall highlight, again, I think just echoing what everyone has said, making sure that, you know, the live was going on and making sure that we was doing the thing, but then also us just vibing. It just was such, again, like, I mean, we did the same thing last year as far as this vibe, but I don't know, it just felt like it was even better this year. And I just was really, really thankful for that. Shout out also to Navy because he's not here on this ride.
Reverend Navy.
He had to work.
And what made me think of Navy was the final thing I'm gonna say is the panels. There were some panels I missed that I wanted to go to, but the panels I did go to just spoke to me. Shout out to Sailor Tasty, and she did with a whole bunch of other people. The being a big girl.
Girls, yeah.
Hell yeah. And listen, I'm a nice thick 20, size 20. So like I felt what they were talking about. Yes, I am.
The look wasn't towards me. It was towards
no, it was towards Kara.
I'm crying.
Like, listen, I'm not ashamed of mine. 270.
No.
It's all good.
Okay.
But nah, I mean, like she had one that just was informative, but also just the fact that like I feel like I'm not alone. These feelings I have about cosplaying and being a big girl, I'm not alone in that. They talked about the one with the hair as well. All right. And then finally the one that had Nerds in Charge did shout out to Kurt and his crew. And again, Navy was on there, you was on there. It was a blast. It really felt like it was just everybody was cool, whether you met them for the first time or you knew them for years.
I have a quick interject on that one. Even when it's somebody, even when you've met someone for the first time, it doesn't feel like the first time.
That's a fact.
It feels like it's about time you showed up. Like, have a drink. It was one of them type of things. It was like, yeah, I got to play the ribs for you.
Yeah.
And that's not a stereotype because there were ribs there.
Yeah. Shout out to Blerd over for that one because I felt that way when I met him.
Yeah. So, Tafari.
I want to say the most funniest things about Blerdcon is the stuff I can't talk about publicly. So, things I'm allowed to say. The things that we witnessed that we're allowed to talk about. I mean, Day Zero was cool. Getting to go to the Vigilante premiere. Getting a shout out. Using our name for the sign off was a dope one. I'm waiting to see when they drop that footage. Yeah, because when we gave Wes his props, he was doing his little sign off. He's like, and that's the Blerd's Eyeview. Yeah. So getting to go to the movie premiere day one. What did we even do?
That was zero. Shit, that was zero. I don't even know.
No, yeah, because we were like set up in a place that like foot traffic wasn't supposed to come towards us. But how many people kept like breaking left and coming over to come find us? Like, like Cleo caught me almost every time he came down, whether it was we were just chilling or whether we were actually streaming or there was one. I'll bring this one up because y'all keep fucking clowning me. There was one point before the first after party where I don't know what we was talking about. And this is why, because somebody passed by us in a risque cosplay, and I just see both of us start staring.
Which one?
So we both just start moving our heads slowly upwards, and then he just goes, "I'm gonna see y'all tonight." And then I look at both of us in disappointment and shame. We was both being some perverts. No,
it's not being pervy when it's just out and you're just like you can't help but see it.
It was just like the simultaneous rubberneck from both. It was the simultaneous rubberneck from both of us, and then we just come back to reality, and there's Kira just like, really? Like,
no. First of all, you gonna tell this fucking story, right, motherfucker? That's not it. I didn't even. Firstly and foremostly, I didn't see a goddamn thing because everything looked the same. Asses was out everywhere. So for me to act like, first, does that even look like me? I don't give a shit. Yeah, she got a nice ass. That's all. Goodbye. Have a nice weekend.
Oh, well, my bad. The face.
Let's go, Spartan. Spartan. Spell it, Spartan. Put it in the chat, Spartan.
Nope. I'm keeping my word. I'm keeping my word to Karen. I'm keeping my word to Fari. I'm shutting up.
No, that was it. I thought Kira's face was very much saying, "Really, niggas, could y'all like behave yourselves in public?" But
I don't care.
No, I said I pointed out twice in Kira's pictures what I saw, and I'm done.
Wait, what?
If I say one word, if I say this one word, you'll remember. Eyeline.
Eyeline.
Shut the fuck up.
I guess
thank you, Kira. She remembered.
That don't even count.
Oh, it does, my brother.
I take it counts more than what it does.
Over my head.
All I gotta say is a brother's eyeline. Just
I did not break eye contact with that gentleman. I don't.
Oh, it wasn't your eye contact.
Oh, homie outside.
Without borders or whatever it was.
Homie went outside. Do you not say names? Homie outside. Yeah. I left y'all for 5 minutes and it was just pouncing season. But yeah, right. That video.
Damn, I missed what y'all talking about.
Chris, you saw that video of everybody at our booth. You can roll that real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead, talk. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, just this basically sums up what our booth was like the entire weekend. Just different people doing just casuals, cosplayers, creators, actors, all of that. This was all weekend. in one video, that's Cleo, that's the How to Nerd podcast, that's Skip in that hot ass freezer suit. I think West
Bill
man.
Sloan in the building. And,
sports. Yeah. Captain Shanks and Captain Kawhi off in the cut, and I'm blanking on sister's name in the Storm cosplay, but she was killing it.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was going to say, because I seen her the next day, and I was meant to tell her, you know, I did tell her that I loved her Storm. I just never called her name.
Danny say so.
What's her name?
Danny say so.
Danny say so. I probably do follow her.
All right, if you're watching your highlight, if you're watching the playback, I'll put your Instagram right here. There you go. But yeah,
I've often said that I haven't seen one woman yet cosplay Storm in a bad way.
Right.
Yeah, and in this kind, men.
So just the fact that everybody kept because the vendor, when you go down, the vendor hall's off to the right and traffic is natural. So the fact that everybody kept breaking left looking for one of us, and the fact that crew kept coming by to say, Clear was jokingly leave that man alone. I'm like, he keeps coming to me. Like at one point, I got him to escalate. I just heard, what's up, T? I'm like, I didn't even know he was standing next to me. But going to the comedy show, the comedy show was dope. The comedy show was great. Going to the How to Nerd podcast. Thank you for the bags and putting me to work. I kept one for all of us. So getting to hang out with them was cool. I'm trying to think of what else we had going on. That was just day one. Roaming around at 4 a.m. on Saturday was just, it's nice to know all my fellow creative schedules are equally shit when it comes to sleep. Because I'm like, why is everybody awake? These are normally my hours. T'Challa's dad is outside just having the time of his life. Dimitri's over here just slumped in a chair and his power line fit, waking up mid-conversation. Is I should probably go to bed. And then he just doesn't. Then I saw Hippie and Brendan from How to Nerd outside. I think Cleo was inside hosting somewhere. And then we got Dimitri with the day one party was a lot of fun. So getting the TikTok mixes a lot. That dude practiced that Star Wars intro he did. That took some rehearsal. I know that much because I would have hit myself at least 18 times. Shout out Roxy. If you need a hype man, she will find her way to the stage whether you pay her or not. So you may as well drop some bread.
That part.
But yeah, getting cool with. I didn't even plan to. I didn't know me and Dimitri was even gonna cross paths, but getting cool with him over the weekend and helping him, Cleo, and Tony shoot the skits we shot over the weekend was a fun time. Glad that came out good. And then giving Tony Weaver his gift that I promised him a couple weeks ago and kind of lighten his spirits because I know he had a lot going on this weekend. So Blerdcon got a lot more out of it than I expected.
It's an event. Lady Mandalore.
Wait, what was the question?
Blerdcon summary.
What was your Blerdcon summary?
I liked it. It wasn't as hot as it was last year, but it was still hot. Wow. Getting to be a part of a few firsts for Blerdcon, the live stream. I think that was their first screening at. Stop laughing.
No, it's Mayhem.
No, it was what Mayhem said, and I plead the fifth.
Right.
Yeah,
I got the.
I don't know it's hard. This whole weekend your victory lap. But I'm sorry. Kira, go ahead.
No, by all means. It was nice to be in the presence of celebrities like Tafari TV. It was really great to let him let us flourish underneath his wings of stardom and such, and letting his friends play with us sometimes too. That was cool.
Pause.
Yeah, that was cool.
Not for her. She welcomes it.
Hey.
She was y'all talking about me. Everything Roxy said at her show. Kira was like cosign.
She didn't confirm anything.
Yo, show yo. I need you to go to
I'm
hell. Very
quiet.
I'm
chilling.
Show yo was like, I got nothing to do with this.
I'm all right. Networking, meeting people, finding family potentially at the convention.
I noticed that.
I have never been so sure that people were my cousins in my entire life, just based on height alone. Just based on height alone. Every last
Kira's running into some Caribbean family. I swear to God. Every time I'm like, am I seeing? Is this cousins I'm seeing right now?
Yeah. No, somebody's a cousin in that piece, or a cousin of a cousin.
Oh yeah, y'all had a reunion at the movie theater.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what. I mean, I liked his work, but I didn't know he had Bayesian work ethic. Wes Armstrong, woo, Lord, that man, he cool. I like him. And shout out to Detroit, who I met, or Detroit, yeah, whatever, Detroit. I can't say.
Oh yeah.
And then Ducky GT. Hi, cousins. How are y'all?
And y'all got to sit and interview people too.
Yeah, yes. Midnight Comics. Tasha, love you. Tasha. Jason Michael Primrose, thank you so much for coming through, my guy. And it's all with Navy being the beacon of light and hope in this goddamn
you know what?
Good Lord. I got to I didn't know that so he did a panel and I didn't know what I was walking in on. He's like, "Oh, you want to come sit in on the panel?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, motherfucker, whatever. You know, it is what it is." I'll sit in.
He does that to everybody.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, come talk to this person that has a podcast as well, and she is great." And I'm like, "Nigga, no."
Here he is, David. Right?
You don't take your flowers, girl.
Detroit. I'm still calling you Detroit.
Exactly. In your voice for me.
Honest to God, everything that happened this weekend was sensory overload. I loved it. It's not a bad sensory overload, but there's so much shit that I'm forgetting that happened. Cleo Thomas held my lightsaber. I got to. I'm glad I wasn't the way I said it because I know y'all are childish. Y'all are childish. Childish.
Yes, you are.
Yes. I got to fake sword fight with people. That was fun. Shut up. And then what else happened? Shut up. 3 cosplays that one of them I was not confident about. The Slytherin cosplay.
Don't do that.
It was the legs out, bro. It was the legs.
It was okay. And we forgot to take our photo shoot.
Fuck.
There's always a next time for Harry Potter cosplays.
I'll wear the same one. It's fine.
Shoyo. Oh no, go ahead. Long bottom. Yeah. Shoyo, what was your recap like?
Amen. I think you would think that I was someone right now, because honestly, I just looked at myself in the camera and I was like, I look like I'm high, and I don't even smoke. But I think that the Blerd's Eyeview Blerd Station did a wonderful job. I told them, I said I was there for emotional support. I really just was there to meet you guys, also just to kind of see how Blerdcon was, to see how you all were, just to kind of meet you all. I wanted to make sure I got a chance to do that, so I did that, and that was definitely a good time. I had a good time at the con. Look, I ain't never gonna be mad at no ass. So that's just the type of person that I am. But I've seen Tafari and Mando in their element before, so I'm not surprised how either of them have acted. If I'm being honest, but wait a
minute, not putting my second in command on blast. Don't do that.
Amen. Both of them. Both of them.
I am saved. I don't know what you're talking about.
You can be saved, sanctified, highly favored, and a rizzer. So I'm not surprised in the slightest, but I'm glad that you all had a good time. I really am. I think it was cool.
You can be testified, saved, and seasoned, and don't care.
100%. And they do not, because I'm sure there was many others at the con, and this was just their time. God ain't gonna hate you for a weekend, okay? So it's just like, hey,
come on now, church.
But it was it was a good time. Even just I'll give that to Navy too. I wanted to make sure I went to Navy's podcast, live podcast, and going to it was wonderful. Seeing all the people there enjoy him, like they really seemed like super fans, like they were looking for Navy. And I was like, this is so wonderful. Like, look at this room. Like, it was full pretty much. Like, I was like, look at this. Like, they really wanted to hear what Navy had to say. And I think that speaks to Navy is a monologuer. And I think we all know this. But to see other people, like, kind of love him, want to see him and support him in real time when they could have literally went to any other panel that was nice. So I'm going to give Navy his flowers. But yeah, I got to go to a few panels. I didn't really do too much, but kind of observe and chill out. So it was a good time. It was a good time, and I look forward to, I'm a con goer, even though this is my first Blerdcon. I love cons, so I know no matter what con I go to, I'm gonna have a good time. So this was nice though to meet you guys in person. So it was good. What's up, Mando?
My wrap up is. There were a lot of good moments that I walked away with, and surprisingly, ones that I didn't expect. The screening and getting the shout out from Cleo Thomas, we didn't expect that. He shouted us out,
both times.
Yeah, and then when they did the screening again, but this time at the main stage, Wes Armstrong shouted us out, thanking us for being the first ones to do a reaction and preview of his film. Vigilante. Go support at Vigilante the film. Show your love. This only cost him $40K to make, and I said it. I was like, dude, this looks better than most big budget features, and that was with $40K. So if you like those type of projects, you might want to go support that and support people that's working over at Blerd Station to bring you that type of content. Dime Meach coming through, we talking and chopping it up. Roxy cutting it up as usual, like it was just nothing. She was like, "Yeah, we can do this right now." I'm like, "All right, let's go." And doing our interview, and Jason Michael Primrose, the team of Midnight Comics, they came through both days and sat down and chopped it up with us, and showed so much love. Doing this live stream and touch and go with the Wi-Fi, because we all know how that is at any convention. Wi-Fi is a bitch. But we made it work. And we got extremely good positive feedback. More on that later. And just having, Tokombi, thank you. Because those crispy fish tacos were the shit.
I'm just saying, I couldn't speak for nothing else. I know they were small, but they be holding me over.
They do. Another thing, we broke bread as a crew, as a family, and it was crazy because they said they can't break up the check, and I was like, "Oh, that kind of sucks." But then I thought about it. I'm like, "Yeah, they serving it family style, and this is my family. I'll allow it. I'll allow it." And just generally just having a good damn time. Me and Tafari, we piggybacking off of each other, and we went and started when we were getting the interviews together. We corralled, and we was like, "All right, let's go." It was like no questions asked. We just went and handled it. It was clutch decisions that needed to be made. Shout out to Laney for coming in. Shout out to Jay doing interviews. Lady Mandalore doing the interviews, and we just kept doing our thing. Navy, who, even though they moved his tabletop gaming room in the next hotel over, he still found time to come over and check on his people and check on just general. Navy is generally, just like you said, he is that beacon of light. Like, people gravitate to him. They like what he's doing. And shout out, and if you've seen the YouTube video that we put up earlier, you've seen that Cleo got his Pokédex from him. So, he stayed good on his word. So, Wes Armstrong, he didn't just shout us out at his screening. He kept shouting us out. Every time he seen me, I see you, boy. I see you, boy. Come on over here so we can get this work good to get on it.
They kept just jumping on the stream, even when it wasn't us talking. It was just coming through to say what's up.
Yeah. It was definitely a vibe. I love Blerdcon. Hiccups be damned. It's never going to be perfect. I don't care where you at. It's always going to be some kind of hiccups of something. But the fact that I have a team, that we have this team of people around us. Shout out to 3 Black Geeks. Shout out to Do You Speak Geek, even though Nix couldn't make it, but he helped get the thing moving. Shout out to Demetrius Holt. Shout out to the entire team of Blerd Station. Shout out to all the outlets that jumped on and wanted to do their part. Shout out to Noir Neon Vibes. That sister,
that's the one.
She came in on the clip. I looked at her, and I said, "If you want to do
I was like, dang, Flo just all scattered throughout this thing."
Yeah, I told her. I said, we got some open slots. If you want to take them, take them. If I can't get them, take them. Because I sure enough was pitch hitting. So, and she was, every time I turned around, Flo was on that couch talking to somebody. So shout out to them and all the other outlets that was really out there doing everything. Follow the dot. I'm not gonna lie, my man. You did your thing, brother. You did your thing.
Follow the dot. I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Shout out to Animedia. What's that?
Amerimedia.
Shout out to Corey of Amerimedia. He was out here doing this thing. Everybody really pulled through that really wanted to do something and put their work out there, and we support you. So to be at a function like this, where we can't always be together, where we can't always express ourselves and just be our nerdy self, this was that day. This was that weekend where unapologetically you cosplay how you feel, you dress how you feel, you look how you feel, you just have a whole vibe. Shout out to even though it was loud, the DJ for the TCon panel or for the TCon booth, that sister did not miss a beat the entire weekend.
I was about to say the entire time.
I could not keep still. I'm like, I'm doing my Diddy Bop.
That's right.
Yo.
There was times
there's a video I sent Chris of y'all just dancing on the couch before the interview even starts. West over there.
It was hard not to, because she was playing Leaders of the New School, which, for those who don't know, this is how the world was introduced to Busta Rhymes. And Eris was teasing us, but he was singing right along. And it was like when Busta's line came up, all you heard was cats just reciting the line for line, line for line, line for line. It was a vibe. It was a vibe. It's not every day you get to see a DJ take some old school hip hop, some old school R&B, mix it with some new school, and it just flows. And she didn't. And I told her, I said, sister, you did your thing this weekend. You did your thing. So shout out to all the dope cosplayers. Violet Verse, she had a little dance party for the kids. The Kawaii was in there, and all the little kids in there was getting their party on and getting prizes. I was like, oh, I want a Hot Wheel. Shout out to Taco Noir. They was out there doing their thing. Tony Weaver, Terry Hiddleston, Greg Burnham and the crew. They was in the building. It was so many vendors, and those I didn't even get to see. So shout out to all of you guys that really made this an experience for it was their first time, or for those who've come here multiple times before. Shout out to all the people who came up to us, to our Blerd Station press desk, and just out of sheer curiosity, and then finding out what we are all about, finding and seeing Blerd Station and seeing the interviews. And shout out to all those, Kaish Black, Skip from Blerd Over, all the other dope cosplayers that came through the window. They were there. Hello, McFly. I seen you over there with your Frieza costume. I seen her over there with her Frieza costume too. Miss Nakia Renee with her Molotov cocktail costume, which completely with the red wig and the eye patch, her face was covered up. Never even knew it was her. She walked right past, like, y'all were filming. You could have said something. It was the place to be. it was the place. And yes, it was a 5.5 hour drive for me. And it's what kept me up going down, and it's what kept me up going back home. And I enjoy it. This is my 3rd year going, but I've always followed Blerdcon's pages, and I always felt like I was missing out. I was missing out because it always snuck up on me, right? And I said, finally, those past 3 years, I said, you'll sneak up on me no more. I'm gonna beat it. If I don't do another con throughout the year, I'm gonna be doing Blerdcon. And it was worth it. We had a fantastic time. We did a fantastic job for the live stream. We hope to do it again. And I wouldn't trade a thing. I wouldn't trade it for a thing. I wouldn't. Show your darkness. You know she don't like being seen.
Y'all, she said y'all have hit the yearly quota.
It was like it felt like it was just coming in, like you gradually being taken over.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, because it was just going dark.
Okay. Well, okay.
You got the rain coming up on you.
I was reading something on Blerd Station site, and whenever I'm on a darker site, that light reflects. So that's darker than the.
Yeah.
Then
for a second.
It just went dark. All we seen was this.
Look,
he's like, oh, Shoyo is in the dark.
I do love the darkness. If you know me,
I love the darkness.
This light does not turn on for shit. Okay. I don't turn on the room light, the bathroom light, because usually it's daytime, I never turn on the light for the most part. I live in the darkness. This is true.
Not your bane.
So you're
exactly what I was thinking.
Hey, I will take it because I do not like the sun. I hate it.
Dang. So
she decided to be a day walker for us.
I was just about to say, some blood, girl.
Look, when Shoyo first seen her, and I'm like, I had to think, I'm like, I've seen Shoyo's face, but she had a mask on the entire time, and I'm like, have I seen Shoyo's face? I've seen Shoyo's face.
Hey,
I think you took it off in the room.
I did take it off in the room.
Yes.
Yeah.
She trusted us enough.
Yeah,
she trusted us enough to take it over the room.
Hey, Mando and them know because they gonna see me in a mask at DreamCon too. I will forever wear my mask around large groups of people.
That's a smart thing to do. It is a smart thing to do.
There were 2 cars, and I didn't get pictures of them. They were the Black Panther one, and there was a Wolverine one, and I didn't get pictures of them. I was so mad.
That Wolverine one was good.
Yeah, but to all the guests that we interviewed, like Phil Lamar was dope. Jay Lee was amazing. Atwanda Kani was an absolute blast. That dude had the energy, like he felt it. When you see this interview, you'll see exactly why we love this convention. He spoke it in volumes as to why he loved this con, and he hopes to come back. So he was having a blast. He was in his element. Shout out to Bobby Ruth. Bobby Ruth has this Black Panther cosplay that's kind of like this medieval / Game of Thrones type of cosplay, and he and Atandwa finally got a chance to see it, and it's a video. It's already up. Where you got to like basically father to son, and greeting each other, and it was a dope moment. There was a little kid who was dancing for him, and the family was dressed as Storm and Black Panther, and then he was the Little Panther. So that was a dope little moment. Someone dressed as the Black Panther we know in the film, kneeling on one knee as he's proposing to Storm. That was another dope moment. There was some really cool moments that I walked away with really strong memories, and just like this is the family event of the year. Ass be damned.
Yeah, that dude was go ahead, Mayhem. What debauchery do you have for us now?
I wasn't even going to be debaucherous. I just didn't want to breeze past something that was mentioned earlier about the taco restaurant, because it is the bane of my existence having to be in any sort of like large party of people, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, we can't split the bill. And it's like, it makes me itch just thinking about it. But the fact that these beautiful people y'all see on screen all just pulled out their Cash App and their Zelle, and everything was square before we even crossed the threshold to leave. I just want to applaud all of you. You are amazing.
I just want to applaud.
I love you all so dearly, so deeply. You are amazing. You deserve all the nice things.
I felt that because you don't usually get that. The person with
Oh
the
no!
It was in and out there.
Not
maybe
y'all-
5 minutes. It took us all to figure out. That's about
Y'all
it.
sound like victims of the. Hey, what if the bill is $800 and how you go split?
Oh, we
it?
breeze right
Y'all
past that.
sound. I know, but I'm
just like,
saying
give us the
y'all
receipts, let's
sound
go.
like y'all got some PTSD.
Look,
Okay?
no, it's just when you see those type of videos and
Yeah.
people, I'm like, y'all don't know how to be people, do y'all? Y'all don't know how to be adults at all. Like just
I think it's really, honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. People don't put tip and tax. They just think
Right.
about what exactly it is.
Yeah.
So usually that person with the card always gets fucked.
Unless it's a
I
black
had to
card.
round it up. It was, you know what it was? It wasn't even divvying out the food. It was how they brought it out. So like whatever you ordered as a group, like if everyone got a fish taco, they brought it out on one plate and then you had to divvy it up. And that's what kind of
because
kept.
you said it was a family.
Southern table
it was-
style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so like
it was
me and
a
Lainey both
family.
ordered like me and Lainey both ordered one of a taco. They brought it out 2 on one plate, and then we got a fig. So that was what kept throwing me off. I got confused. Just took a picture of my menu so I knew what I had.
Yeah, that's true because I had to think about it. You took a picture. That was smart. I had to think about it.
mm.
Oh,
And then they was like on little scratch off score sheets. So it was like y'all didn't I don't know what state testing y'all have, but you ever took a state test and they just grab everybody's scantrons and just that's what it felt like.
I'm so
I
happy
mean, like, the way I eat.
because I was terrified. I didn't deep that it said how many do you want. I was just marking off X for like I want this. I was like, oh my god, if they bring me back 10 tacos, I'm gonna be so
See,
upset.
I need that. See, depending on the taco size, I might be ordering 10. I need to know this kind of stuff. Like
It was
50,
kind of
it's $6.50 a pop.
You might
It's
have
what?
what?
It was $6.50 a taco.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I told Mando at the table when she was eating her wings, I said, I will be damned as a Californian if I pay them goddamn prices. No.
$6.50
I
a
felt
taco.
so
Was it worth the
disrespected.
$6.50?
Okay.
Oh my god. So
I
So
don't know.
disrespected.
we were
Like,
They were good. They tasted good.
I feel that, but there is not a taco I am paying $6.50 for.
Unless it's a 2-pound taco. That's the only thing I can think of.
You know, for a palm-sized taco, I kind of understand because I was looking at some of them like, dog.
For one taco,
I'm going.
Wait. Hang on. Is it your standard taco size or is it your street taco size?
Street taco.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, it was small.
because I could get 4 street tacos for the same price.
Look,
I will say this, and we're going to go to commercial and come back and talk about the dragons. But I will say this: Virginia, DC, DMV, whatever, y'all need to fix y'all's parking. That parking, I ain't cool with that, man. I'm not. I'm a city guy.
It's gonna be that way.
I'm a
The
city
garage
guy.
next door is a trap.
But man, tell me about it. If it ain't the weekend, you are.
See that lets me know to plan ahead and find a parking spot and just
generally
figure out how to get around.
Generally, I would park on the.
Don't be in a parking garage.
Yeah, generally,
Okay.
like day 0, I will park on the street so I can just go get my badges, whatever. They were doing construction on that street this year, so there was nowhere to park.
Ooh.
So I had to go into the garage.
And even but even with that, that's limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I might be putting my wife to work. She might be driving around the block while I'm inside.
Yep. Dude, circle the block a while. Good luck, Kelly.
Because that all around that hotel, it was congested.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna take a break. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna talk about.
wait, Chris, wait.
Wait.
I was gonna say shout out to Mayhem's wife being honorary babysitter. First off, shout out to
It's all of us because Demetrius was like, Kawhi, I'll be right back. Mr. Chris is gonna watch you, and then next you know, Mayhem's wife was there, and then it was Danny Sayso was there. I was like, everybody was there.
There was Luffy and Shanks.
Lily.
They were really Luffy and Shanks. Take this hat. I'll be right back in a little minute. But yeah, shout out to Ozzy couldn't make it, but shout out to Biz holding down the table because I was like technically the first visit for Virus Graphics. He wants to come.
I was wondering where Ozzy was because every time I walked the chance to walk through there, I'm like, where is Ozzy?
He's locked in the lab working on a piece. I don't know what yet, but when he goes radio silent, he's either got a contract or he's got a crazy idea he's got to lock in for. So we'll see. Wow. Shout out to thank you to the Stoners, by the way, for letting my Akira Toriyama photo hang out with y'all for 3. I saw y'all like passing blunts and pouring out all kinds of liquor for the man. Somebody left money that the hotel, I'm pretty sure, pocketed on day 3. Sorry about that.
That's like, crazy. Go check that video out.
I'm trying to figure out when they got a gap. When did they get a gap to even like pressure wash the Stoner area? Because they're there smoking from sun up to sundown. So I left at 4 in the morning and came back at 10, and not a blunt, not a cigarette butt in sight. But I'm like, I noticed my little photo, the Dragon Ball, and the $3 there are all gone. So whoever had to clean that.
Because I was like, oh, the picture was still there, the Dragon Ball was still there, and there's tributes all around it. And day 3 vanished.
Yeah, so at 4 in the morning, I was like, oh, it's still there. Shout out to Chala's daddy for taking a picture with it too. And then whoever had the Black Panther car, I didn't catch his name, but like he was ready to cry just seeing his praise from it. And he almost cried when he saw Chadwick's face on one of the doors. And when you look inside, he has like a makeshift helmet. He has like throw pillows. He's got like a Japanese movie poster, a South Korean movie poster, the little Simba symbol, but it's like purple for the Panther, like the Black Panther. Like it's just all kinds of like you could see both of them were almost in tears, like looking at it and then just honoring Chad's legacy with that. And then everybody who participated in the scavenger hunt, because streaming is nice, but physical media is forever. So thank you, thank you, Roxy, for getting me busted at the comedy show. Because like people were looking for me, but then she was like all loud about it, and there was like a line behind. It's like, you're the guy. I'm like, I guess I am, because
he never made it. He never made it out of main stage after that. It was.
I had 2 more after that. Shout out Big Bro Broly, who came over a couple times to holler at us. He got the last one, and then they gave the last to the family who was dressed as our Black Little Mermaid, because I was like, this. Oh yeah, this fits, And then Navy, I gave these 2 Yu-Gi-Oh starter decks. I got at a Konami event like 7 years ago, so I'm hoping he got some gems out of that. Tony, I gave his gift, which I'll probably put that up either tomorrow or Friday. And then who else did we gift? And then Cleo getting his Pokédex was something I made sure I had the camera rolling for as well.
So check all that out on the YouTube page for Blerdcon, Blerd Station. Go to blerdstation.com. That's on the live stream. You'll be seeing posts from the Blerd's Eyeview IG page, from Tafari's IG page, from Lady Mandalore's IG, Room Full of Blerds IG page, Geek by Heart, Mayhem Media, Navy Martell. You'll see tons. I didn't take a lot of footage, but the footage I got is memorable. We will be right back.
Kira got to be in a skit too. So
we get to be a skit, front and center. We'll be right back. We'll be talking about House of the Dragon, episode 5. Or as I like to call it, you're not who you thought you were you? We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's a very special mail time brought to you by homie and friend of the show, Ozzy the Virus. Y'all know me and Ozzy got a friendship that predates a pandemic and both of us growing out our hair. So let's open it up and see what we got. So these are items from their brand new trading card line. Y'all see we got the Swordsman, aka the Get It Back in Blood crew, and then a personal one of the man himself. And each card does come with a wooden kickstand as well as a certificate of authenticity. And then it looks like we got some stickers, credit card skin, as well as some mini posters. This one with the name of the website on it. And now for the biggest surprise of the bunch, Blerd's Eyeview, Station, and BNN are proud to be the platform to present to you an official collaboration between Virus Graphics and RDC World. Captain, if you could be so kind. What I hold here is the official RDC World 1 LSD collection trading card. And it does come in a gold and silver variant. Talk to the man in charge and there's only 10,000 each. And the fact that me and Celestial CJ both have one means there's now one less of both. Now if you want your own, you gotta go to lsdcollections.com, hit the trading card tab, and copy yours while you still can. Again, big shout out to Ozzy and RDC. Appreciate y'all boys sending this over.
I was eating. What commercial? Commercial break. I give you a commercial. There's a goddamn celestial in the ocean and no one is talking about this. What even is that?
Spider-Man, a psychopath wielding powers he has no right to possess.
Jameson, not now. Is this a Thanos thug showing up on CBT? Did Jesus come back and get stuck halfway through? How does nobody have answers on this? It has been sitting here ignored and untouched for months like a Christmas tree. We might as well hang ornaments on it. Read all 600 pages of the Sokovia Accords. Everybody got their nose up in Wakanda business. But nobody has answers on this? I don't even need like an official news report. Send a single TikTok star with a ship. How is nobody investigating this? What the fuck?
I'm Tony Weaver Jr., author of Weirdo and player of Magic the Gathering, and you are watching Blerd's Eyeview.
Blerd's Eyeview is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company. Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant. All right, we are back.
To everyone cracking jokes, yes, I may update the Celestial ad, but it took us 3 years. I'm just going to put that out there. We had to get a whole black Captain America to get some stuff solved.
I mean, he's not lying.
But I was also giving
you'll see the reaction. You'll see the reaction online now.
Yes, we did a group reaction in person. My cease and desist from Mayhem's actually a letter from the Ozzy himself, by the way. So for the trading cards, dear Tafari TV, aka him, he wrote it, not me. We are thrilled to inform you that you've been selected to receive one of the 9,999 gold medal trading cards of the RDC World collaboration with the art illustrated by popular anime artist Ozzy Osbourne. This collectible is a special item that commemorates the contributions of RDC to the Blerd and anime gaming communities over the years. We hope that you'll cherish it and take good care of it. We would also love to collaborate with you on a card for your own fan base to enjoy and collect. We hope to see you at DreamCon 2024. We're there this month if you plan to attend. Thank you for your contribution to the community, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Best regards, the Virus Graphics team.
Do you know how this comes? This comes off like you just got the golden ticket from Willy Wonka, and you.
I was waiting for stuff in other people's house, so I make it to the end.
yet he's still humble yet famous.
But yeah, so if we are officially part of the Ozzy RDC rollout, and then possibly me and shout out Clyde McDoom have cards coming soon, but we'll see.
So We have come into episode 5 of House of the Dragon, or as Nicole like to call it, Damon Down Bad. Or as I like to call it, Alicent, you not who you thought you were you?
Alicent?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep saying Alicent. It just that's the way it looked.
That's the hood version, ain't it?
It is the hood version.
They had that going on the bootleg. The guy gave you right outside of Walmart by the red box.
Alicent. One, she found out the hard way.
Oh man,
Toby, exactly my sentiments. Oh well.
That witch stuff must be good to you, Damon, because it is doing a number on you. And Valerian and Valerian armor is tough as shit.
Yep,
just not tough enough to keep you from getting cooked inside of it.
That honestly, I think that made it worse.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, in all those juices.
Yeah. I think
really
it made it worse.
Yeah. Their maester, he definitely was. That's a black ass job right there. Let me do my black ass job. Stop asking me questions so I can save this boy's life.
Should have let his ass die.
That part.
I'm a big fan of this nigga should have died.
That part. I agree with that.
Let's start it off. The aftermath. So, bitch ass Kristen Cole decides to parade Maelys the Dragon's beheaded head through the town, not realizing this is a bad thing to do. He realized it, and even the townspeople know it. Oh, Rhaenyra's going to be pissed. And she is. And even he's like, why wouldn't the people be happy? This is a win. Even Alicent's brother is saying,
read the room.
Yeah. He literally said, read the room, dude. This is not a good thing.
Hey man, I don't know where this season is gonna end, so we might not actually see it this season, the consequences of this, but the consequences of it is gonna happen at some point. I don't know where we only got 3 episodes left, so I don't know where I don't know what pacing they are going with, to be honest.
They have definitely
this episode alone.
They jumped ahead with the whole finding people. Are we spoiling shit?
They're going. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not spoiling nothing.
No.
From the show.
We spoil it. It's Tuesday.
You talking about from the show though, not from the book.
Well, I was gonna say they're. I feel like they sped up getting to the who else can ride a dragon thing. I feel like that they jumped.
Oh, well, but yeah, it's slow with everything else. Because why the fuck is Damon still in Harrenhal?
Yeah, I don't.
When he was never struggling. That's number one.
I want to say something about Damon. As I was rewatching it, and I look, and I'm like, Matt Smith, I never took you to be this well. I knew you as Doctor Who, and now I'm seeing you as Damon Targaryen. I gotta say, dude, you acted. Because I loved him as number 11 from Doctor Who, and despite all he do, I'm like, you playing the hell out this role, man. I gotta say.
Also, I think you're also forgetting that this book is supposed to be an account, like a third person accounting. So I think a lot of the things in the book is bullshit, and they're clearing up some of it in the show. They're trying to make it. I don't
think that's fair, because they said that he didn't succumb to the shit that happened in Harrenhal. So the fact that we've gotten now 2-3 episodes where he's suffering from Harrenhal is crazy. He didn't have regrets for the shit that he did. He literally did not.
But
So now
what,
they're making him look like Aemond.
But that's what the book is telling you. That's what I'm trying to say. The book is gonna make it seem like everything was great. What are you talking about?
No, but everything still isn't great, even with what they said. But Daemon was not supposed to succumb to the shit at Harrenhal. That's big change, number one, because now you got this nigga suffering, and with his mom, like that's crazy.
I'm sorry,
he didn't even know that woman.
But that leads more into the book about what's going on between him. I think they're trying to establish what's going on between him and Alice Rivers. That they're trying to set that whole thing up too.
I don't know how they're gonna connect all this stuff. Alice has a connection to Aemond.
No. Because book talk.
I was gonna say, would they? Okay, so we know that, like, no matter what the fandom, like whatever's written on page always gets changed for television or film. We know that there is it just for things to kind of make sense. Yeah. We've seen it with Ultron in Age of Ultron. We know like who's his creator in the comics, but it makes sense when they do it for the film. It makes a little more sense. So when you see it this way for the Game of Thrones fandom, George R.R. Martin, who is taking forever to finish,
he ain't gonna finish that book, y'all. Y'all just gotta hang. It pissed me off too.
It's like, dude, either finish the book so they can have something to go with, because they don't. It was like, so I mean, I think this is kind of why we got season 8 of Game of Thrones like we did. It's like, dude, we hated season 8 because there was no source material to really pull from. Like, other than Arya Stark's ending, everything else was like shit. So when you look at the connections that's going on here at House of the Dragon and whatever was written on, and I keep wanting to say written on stone, but written in page, would you say that it's necessary for them to skip certain things for the sake of, one, it may not move the story along?
I don't think they're skipping things. They're just changing things. I think if they skip things, it would be different. I was talking about this morning. If they were just adding details, it would be different. Like, Damon, that's why I said the pacing for the show, I don't understand it. Because for the past 3 episodes, we've seen Damon suffering at Harrenhal, number one. And it's like that did not happen, and I'm gonna say that did not happen, because he was one of the very few people that they stated did not succumb to Harrenhal's crazy curses and stuff, because every other family went through hell, but he was one of the people that was stated he didn't suffer from that, and he went there on his own, and he actually killed a lot of people.
Any kind of weakness that is not in his nature. That's not in his
nature.
Say? He's not going to admit to any kind of weakness, and that's what I'm trying to say.
No, he's not going to admit to weak. I mean, everybody has their weaknesses. It's not about the admittance. It's more so like we've had all these episodes of literally we're just sitting here seeing Damon struggle in ways that he did not struggle, because that's not the type of person that he was. They're making him like Aemond. Me personally, I don't think that's necessary.
When you say they're making him more like Aemond, more like they're mirror images of each other, like,
right. They're trying to show like Aemond literally has so many issues when it comes to his mom, and we saw that in episodes before. Now they are showing Damon did not know his mother well. He didn't get a chance to do that. How is he envisioning her when he didn't know her? Like, that doesn't even make it's like you got, because we know Mando, we know what's coming next. They're setting up what's coming next, and I don't think this setup makes sense for the type of character that Damon is. It's the same thing why they made Damon look like a shit father in the show. He cared about Bela and Rayla in the book. He was a good father, in my opinion. He cared about them kids. We don't get to see that in the show. So it's kind of it's
So
like,
do you think they made him that way for the show because they need him to be this I don't give a fuck type of attitude character?
kind of, because something that I didn't catch that some people I was just reading on threads and stuff, and people were talking about, like, I didn't catch that in this episode they made Daemon look like this person that kind of wants to take the throne from even Rhaenyra. That is not the person that Daemon was shown to be in the book. He was, yes, Daemon had his wants for the throne, that's true, but did he take the army and try to build an army at Harrenhal so that he could have it for himself and not Rhaenyra? No, he didn't do that.
You talking about for what they're doing for the show with him trying to build that army?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like he didn't do that for himself. He wasn't, this is gonna be the army for me. It was,
But you're
Team Blerd.
getting hung up on the fact that you're taking this book's word as gospel. What I'm trying to tell you is that George R.R. Martin in this style is also trying to show how, in the political realm, how people can make the winners, what is it? The winners of battle write history. That's what he's trying to do in that book. So you can't.
I get that, but there's still multiple perspectives in the book that you get to see, and even though the details differ, the context is the same. That's where it's like there's some things that have to be the same. If you change it entirely, you take away the entire essence of it. That, to me, they're making Daemon into something that he wasn't. It's like he never wanted to take the throne from Rhaenyra after he married. Like, yeah, when Viserys, he wanted Viserys to name him. That is very true, because he felt like it was owed to him as his brother. But it's like he never was like, this is the army that I'm building now for me, not for Team Black. That's kind of crazy, because that makes him look like he's a selfish asshole that wants to take it from Rhaenyra.
Because when the history gets rewritten by the people that took over, who will be the Targaryens, they're not going to make that man look bad. They're not. They'll tell the truth about him and Viserys, but they're not.
No, because George said he likes the way the show has written Viserys specifically. He likes what they've added to Viserys. Yes. I get that, but that's different from.
I have a question. I have a question then. When it comes to trying to compare the two, no matter what the fandom, once again, is it? And I can see where, and if you've written any kind of story of some kind, and Mayhem could probably back me up on this. There's things that you've written, let's just say 5-10 years ago, right? And then you find, oh, I found this notebook. And you go back and you read it and you're like, I would have changed this. I need to change that. I would have. Do you think that Martin is seeing it in that light? He's like, oh, I never really realized it that way, because, you can kind of be in your own head a little too much, which is probably why we're not getting these finished books. But but
I think you got the story personally, but go ahead.
Yeah, but to turn around and say, you know what, that kind of makes a little more sense. Once again, story narrative, and to kind of push that along, and it makes it move differently or flow differently, because like you said, Shoya, they weren't this particular way. Like, Daemon loved his kids. There wasn't this gap, and for a moment there, they did show that, and I don't know where it went. And I could see what you're talking about. Like, there was a moment where he actually had an affection for his children. Maybe not the fatherly affection like Viserys had for Rhaenyra. Yeah. But it was there. It was there. But then they just kind of walked away from it. And I don't know if they walked away from it because, one, they could be turning it back around. 2, they are just writing it that way. Who knows? But, and before I go on, 7 years ago today, Arya Stark got her revenge on the Stark family at the Red Wedding.
The one episode gang.
Let's go.
My favorite animal.
This was 7 years ago to the day. This was the day that Arya Stark got her revenge. I don't know. I get what you're saying, Shoyo, because I see that when I read. Everyone know I'm a big Marvel and DC nut. I'm more Marvel than anything. So there's going to be different narratives told when they tell these stories, whether it's film to television. And I, even with the Acolyte, I hear the uproar about any store, not even just the Acolyte, just any Star Wars fandom. And they kind of I'm like, don't get too hung up on what should be there, what you've seen written, to what's being put on screen, because there's a reasoning for it. A lot of times, especially if you have the right person behind the project. So is it best that they say, because how many episodes is it for this season? Is it 10? 8? So we're on 5. Wow.
Yeah.
Seems long. This seems long. Damn, that's two episodes shorter than Game of Thrones. Yeah, because it was 10 episodes for that one, and they went, and for some reason those 10 episodes went like that. But
it's the Damon arc, because that's really slogging it, to be honest with you.
The Damon arc, because see, they don't spend a lot of time dealing with Damon,
right?
Like they're showing, he's going crazy. They always, he's having night walks and having these crazy dreams, and then he's talking to the people about building this army, and then nothing else is said about it.
Right.
Everything's taking place back in Kingston.
Like they make it all was like that, like nothing happened at all.
Yeah,
like went there, showed up, got the thing, and came back, which I think is suspicious. Some shit went down. Damon is known for being, very verbose about what he's done.
What he wants, what he does, what he wants, what he needs to do. Like right now, he's like, what all do we have in this castle? What do we need? Which is weird to me, because it's like, wait, you're just now having this conversation? You didn't have this conversation like the minute you walked in the door and you got them to pledge fealty to Rhaenyra, and you didn't start like, I need to know what's in this castle, what needs to be done. Was like, why are you comfortably sleeping in the bed that has a leaky roof? Like that's the thing. I'm like, I need to know what's going on, and now you're just now having this conversation, and even the person is saying, and he's like, I'm the king. He says, you're the prince. He's like, who's married to whom? The queen, which makes me the king. And he says consort. Like all the
you still ain't him, homie. You ain't here when Rainey said it to you.
The fact that he said it and got that off, and I'm like, I was waiting for him to go off on him. And he didn't. I mean, he wasn't wrong, but he didn't. I was like, man, this dude quickly is funny because he pledged fealty quick as hell, but he's still talking slick out the side of his mouth.
Yeah, chess move.
Either brave or stupid.
He saw the throne. He saw the throne and had ideas.
No, I'm talking about the guy putting him in his place. King consort. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wrong person. Really?
But yeah. Sorry.
So I don't know. Lane,
anyway, continuing with the episode. Sorry.
To be honest, I'm enjoying the conversation and just learning from y'all, because I have not read the books. I don't think I
haven't either.
I don't think I ever will, because from what y'all tell me is brutal, and that I don't need some things in my head to live right.
Well, I mean, you just gotta skip certain.
It's funny. It's funny coming from the person. It's funny coming from the person who watches horror movies.
You're absolutely right, and I'm not gonna hold you on that. But there are certain things that I draw lines at, because I will visualize it, and yeah. So, I'm not gonna hold you. I had to see it twice only because I fell asleep so many times the first time because this weekend. But I think, to me, after Aemon coming home, it just was very slow. I know it's actually dealing with the characteristics of the characters right now, and especially on even the mirroring of like how both Rhaenyra and Alicent, no one's listening to them. Okay, they're being kind of run over by the people around them, and what's going on with the other things in the episode. But I kind of think that this one for me was really the slowest, and it was kind of hard for me to pay attention even after watching it the second time.
I want to point this out because something I did notice is the parallels between Alicent and Rhaenyra's.
Yes.
How they're like on Alicent's court, no one's really listening to her.
Not at all.
Like they're not trying to listen to her. Everybody's voting against her. Like you not getting none of this action. However, in Rhaenyra's court, they're trying to do the same thing, but the energy she's giving back, she's like, "Oh, I think the fuck not."
But that's because it's not Alicent's court.
Yeah. Thank you. I was about to say that. I think the reason why that's also different is because Rhaenyra is actually quote unquote queen, whereas Alicent is just queen regent. And to something that you said, show you to your point, just from listening to podcasts, because again, I don't know the source material. I think I do know what you're trying to say, that there are opening characters up that could possibly be like, dragon riders and things of that nature. I think that's what you were getting at.
I think that's what Mando said, and she's not wrong about that.
Yeah,
it just they sped that up, but they have Sloane Harrenhal and everything that should have happened before the getting to the new dragon riders down, and that don't make sense because that they don't happen. They happen after each other.
So that's the second time this week. That's why in this face.
So it is happening. It's coming, but it's kind of like because like even at Alan Corlys, Alec Corlys's son, like if I can say, like in the book, like Corlys and Rhaenys never has that conversation with Corlys because one, Corlys never acknowledges Alan as his kid. He says that is Laenor's kid, so he never acknowledges Aelin as his. So they are adding things up, but also it's like I'm like, I don't know, like where is this season going to end? I can't tell you. What is the pacing? I can't tell you because they're slowing down things that is like this went really quickly and then speeding up things that came afterward. And so it's like, what is going on?
So I asked, outside of Damon's characterization, what is changing that you are that's annoying you, that you don't feel is true as to how they're doing it?
I mean, I can't go back and undo the entire story. I can't because I told Mando like I think because I didn't start reading until after I had already seen season 1, but finding out that the story is a story about treason and treachery versus what they have made it, to me, in my opinion, a story of friends that somehow lost their way, and now it's a battle to the death for them. It's kind of crazy because Alicent Alicent doesn't have autonomy in this show. She had autonomy in the book. She absolutely was an asshole. She made the decisions on her own. So from how we have got Alicent in the show, that changes the entire narrative because that's why I feel like you even gave room to people that be on Team Green. There's no way that you could be on Team Green if you're reading the book. It doesn't even make sense. Like, because we're already past Viserys, but she left that man Viserys to rot in his room after he died for a month and didn't even tell Rhaenyra that her dad died, burned his ass without letting her know. The whole thing is crazy. Alicent was absolutely a front runner.
That
Two
makes
things.
That makes
So it changes.
I get it now.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
the now that's making what happens is you're making the viewer pick sides.
Right.
If you make one of them the bad guy right off rip, then it's already done. The stories, there's no story to really tell. But if you make
it's still a good story though.
Oh, no, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. It's just now, perfect example. The Hateful Eight. Anybody familiar with that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that movie was supposed to be a sequel to Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
But as Tarantino stated, he said, if I had to put Jamie Foxx's character of Django in that movie, you would have already chosen his side when the whole story is supposed to try to figure out who is telling the truth and who isn't. If Django Unchained walked onto the screen, you'd be like, he's the good guy. I don't need to see anymore.
Right.
Opposed to just saying you got 8 unknown characters that you don't know who's on the up and up and who ain't.
Right.
And I think that's where, like, because like I said, I read it after watching the first season. I enjoyed the first season. I did. I thought it's not that I'm saying the show is bad, but as a reader and reading the book, after finding out what the story could have been, because me personally, I would have rather have a story where you see this person that is generally just not a great person making the decision she's making, instead of trying to make her seem like she's a victim. Yeah. When she wasn't. She was 9 or 10 years. I think she was 9 years older than Rhaenyra. They were never friends. It's like yeah, the choices that they made is running the show. That's why I'm saying, like, you can't go back and change stuff that they started from the beginning because of how they started it. Like, you can't change that now. That's why, like, when Rhaenyra was having that, when she went back and was with Alicent, and I was like, that scene did nothing for me. When it made her look stupid. Yeah. Okay. When it made her look stupid because she realized, oh dang, I might have made a mistake. It didn't make me feel anything, because I was just like, she was just she didn't care. Like she just was a person that just didn't care. Like that did not matter.
The original written.
Yeah, the original her. She just
didn't care. She didn't give a shit. She knew what she was doing. She knew the choices she made.
She knew the choices she made. She helped her dad and had things in running. She still was in the ear of Aegon and her son. So it's kind of just like,
the only thing I'm going to agree with you on as far as their choices go is them getting rid of Otto, because he's the one that's still running shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, because he went back to his home. He went back to his home,
right?
And now he with his daddy,
right? But he's still, but you still see him making decisions from afar. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
What happens? I don't know what they're going to do with the rest of the series as far as like trying to bring him back in, because he kind of comes back into the mix. But that's one thing that I'm like, y'all fucking around with this a little bit too.
Because do you remember the character Nettles?
Yes.
So they're saying that she might not even be in the show.
Was she an integral part in some decision?
She's an integral part to Daemon's character.
Okay.
So she's not here, and that's why I'm like, I can't. So
is her part more like, what's the woman's name that's in the castle with Daemon? What's her
name?
Rivers.
The Rivers.
The River. Would you think she's taking that place?
She is. Nettles is a person that really brings Daemon back to earth, in my opinion.
So
Nettles
it sounds
brings
like
him
this.
back to just caring and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Nettles brings him back to that.
So would you say that girl is
cares about her? And she's a black character.
I feel like was it Melisandre?
Melisandre?
I feel like anyone could possibly do that. I don't see the Rivers character doing that.
Okay.
I think she likes to play with Daemon like that.
Yeah, Rivers is not supposed to be a good is not supposed to be a good person for Daemon.
Correct, and I can see that.
Because you said 8 episodes, I don't see them introducing.
But see, that's what I'm saying though, because what is gonna happen by the end of this season? We only have 3 episodes left. Technically, by the pacing of what we're going now, I know what should be in next episode. I was like, it should be in this episode, but it didn't come. What's gonna be in next episode is what we should be seeing is some crazy stuff. If we don't see that, I don't know what they're doing. Like,
I feel like the only thing that's gonna be absolute is that Damon and Eamon is gonna go toe to toe at the end.
That's what that's what it looks like they're gonna do.
But,
yeah.
But and that would be necessary, but I thought that was gonna happen this episode.
Oh,
yeah, you're right, Nicole. I don't see them leaving Harren Hall. Not now.
And that's crazy.
Not right now.
Yeah,
right.
They're gonna save that for the finale. I can't see
and
that not finale.
And that, in terms of pacing and what's happening, is crazy to me.
So
because now you're blending things. You're blending things because Whoopi said that they might not introduce Nettles. If that's going to be the finale, how is Nettles not introduced? Unless they're just not going to introduce her the entire series.
Spartan, we see Corlys sitting on the throne and looking every bit as a man who truly has lost his better half.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see him
evenly roasted?
Huh? No. How do I put it? Do you see him? Had it been me, one, yes, I'm gonna have that moment. I'm gonna have that moment. However, I'm going to be highly pissed and want to go after the person who did it.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing that from him just yet.
He gonna wait his moment out. It will be methodical and it will be last minute. But I guarantee it's happening.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be more knee jerk than, because I'm not sure I see that either. Because he done lost wife, he done lost both his kids now.
Oh no,
so
he's a thinking
by himself.
He's a thinker.
Thank you.
He's a what?
He's not a knee jerk. He does think. It's just you don't. And shout out to Steve Toussaint because the way he's portraying this character, and I'm wondering, I'm like, where's the anger? Like,
see, this is why I sit there and say it. Once it happens, it is like, how can I compare this? It'll be like Roy Mustang roasting Envy. It's gonna be that level, and we will not see it coming. That's what I think is going to happen because like you said, he's too methodical. It would be out of his nature to immediately react. In his case, if he's going to strike, it is going to be precision, and it is going to just be
brutal. You think it'll be in a brutal fashion?
It's like a tidal wave. You everything seems fine, and then the tide pulls back. And then there's a point where the tide pulls back so much where you should be concerned. If you're starting to see the base of peer foundations, you should have been running already. It's too late. Because when the tide comes back in, everybody's off the fucking board.
Pretty much.
Everybody.
I'm waiting. I would like to see it.
I think he's a pretty chill character. He doesn't really. He's not a fighter, in my opinion. He's good at what he does, but he's not really he's not like a frontline man. Plus I think I feel like after you lose that many people, and especially there's no inch in my mind that he doesn't know that Rhaenys is going off to die after she told him I'm going. It's kind of like he should have expected this because she went alone, and I think he's probably just kind of like, this is sad, and I don't know what I'm gonna do right now, but I'm gonna just sit here and be sad for a minute. But I did. Bayla a real one for real, because she had a great monologue in that moment. That statement was fire. She said, "I am blood and fire, and it must be transferred to Salt and sea." And I was like, that's a fire.
That was a fire line.
That was a fire. Very fire. I was like, that was great.
I'm like, you got your mama, Annie. I see.
No, for real. I think some people mentioned, which I'm like, okay, that's cool, because Bayla was kind of mentored by Rhaenys. And so she kind of has Rhaenys' spirit.
Yeah, I think like when it comes to Corlys and like you said, Lady Mandalore, I want to see that.
I would like to see it.
I'm just saying, I think it's a good move.
Because when it happens,
because I was just like, your wife's dragon just came in. The head of her dragon came in. Ain't nobody. You know, and to get that word, and you can tell she was the support system.
Yeah,
like she was his anchor. His anchor ain't here now.
You basically removed the safety switch.
Because even when they were trying to come at her, he was like, "Oh, hold the fuck up. What we not gonna do is talk to my wife crazy, and y'all gonna hear what she got to say." So,
I mean, that family got ran over multiple times, and they still stuck together. I mean, but I think the reason why they're such a good house because they're Valyrian.
Yeah,
if they were not Valyrians, they probably would have struggled a lot more. But they're a big important house.
Yeah.
So,
they're the Starks they're just 200 years earlier. So I'm waiting to see it. There's definitely some questions that need to be answered, and I don't honestly. With 3 episodes left, I don't think we're gonna. If we did get them answered, we wouldn't be satisfied because it will be too quick.
Expect the cliffhanger. Expect the cliffhanger going into season 3.
That's a fact.
I hope they ended in season 3 though.
Nicole
I
says
really
if you had to merge Nettles with someone we've already met before, this makes sense.
She's talking about Rayla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rayla or Bayla?
Rayla, the one that is not here, that you saw having that conversation with old girl at the place with the dragon eggs.
Jane Erin.
Oh, okay. Well, on that note, we are wrapping this up.
Wrap up protocol initiated, Captain.
This was a good weekend. I wish we had it. But here we are again with more family than friends.
Hello. Lady Mandalore here. You can find me on the internet at Roomful of Blerds right over there. I am taking a brief pause until I get back from DreamCon to restart Roomful of Blerds on YouTube and Twitch and sometimes Instagram Live. But when I do, you will be able to catch me on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also, Jesus wept. Lord, TikTok. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Spill. Take out the 2 letter O's in Roomful of Blerds, in room part of Roomful of Blerds, and yeah. I'm glad to be here. So happy. Oh, totally blown away by Ahmed Best.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my word.
How could I have forgotten Ahmed Best?
I still gotta watch it back.
He's hurt him entirely. I'm glad good things are coming to him.
Oh yes.
And I hope more.
He was very insightful.
Yeah.
Very insightful. Wait till we get that one up. That was if Connie's interview was high energy, Ahmed Best was highly insightful.
Yeah.
The way he talks about the Force, I'm just like,
it's in his blood, B. It's in his blood.
It's there. And I loved every minute of it. Lainey.
I just want to say this has been the first in a long while that I haven't glitched. Putting it out there. I think I might have found.
Gang.
Listen. Hello, I am Lainey. You can find me at Geek by Heart on YouTube. You can find me and my husband talking about movies and trailer reactions and sometimes streaming. You find us at IG at Geek by Heart and TikTok at Geek by Heart. When I get back into my groove, I'll be once again writing for I'm about to say for Blerd's Eyeview.org, where I have a couple other people over here that write as well. And that's about it. Shout out to everybody who I met for the first time, mutuals at Blerdcon, because again, it was really a vibe. It was really a vibe. And
you can hear it in all of our voices how happy we were, and here we are. We're like,
I'm about to say, and these people, like Chris said, I found my family, I found my tribe, and I couldn't be happier.
I'm with it. I am with it. So, yo.
Hi, you guys. What did you just say?
Darkness.
Hey, man. I am in the dark. But yes, you guys can follow me at Adventure Time VR on all platforms, mainly Twitch. I have just started doing reaction videos on YouTube because I've been wanting to do it for a while. So definitely do head to my YouTube and follow. Also I'm watching some really cool new anime from this summer season. I am pleasantly surprised. Okay. I am very happy with what I have watched so far. So definitely check me out on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram. Adventure Time VR everywhere.
Boot doot doot loot doot loot doot loot doot doot.
You can find me not getting harassed on all platforms under this name. So I'm trying to do something special. I'm actually like 2 videos away from like my 1,000th upload. So be on the lookout for that. For those who don't know, I've been on YouTube since like inception in 2008. So yeah, long time coming. Just shout out to everybody. Shout out to all. I don't even know which interview we're gonna do first. I still gotta watch all of them back. Plus the stuff we got on the stream. Plus stuff we did on the street. Navy's video with Cleo Thomas is up right now. I will probably post the one with me and Tony Weaver tomorrow. One of the interviews is going up on Friday. I'm not sure which. We'll figure that out later.
We are swinging for the fence.
Dude, just home. It's home run derby out here. Shout out Wes Armstrong, Cleo Thomas. Shout out Cleo. Shout out DJ Dimitri and Tony Weaver for letting me help direct 2 of the skits. One they just posted, which is the Powerline rap battle, which you can see Kira and 3 Steve Harveys in the back. It was so random. They were just like, "How do we do this?" I kind of just jumped into place with snapping everyone around. I was like, "Okay, stand here. We only need to have." And then they walked in. I was like, "You 3, corner." And sure enough, they stole the entire show. But just shout out to the entire Blerd Station team. Shout out to everybody we're going to see at DreamCon. Going to try to make magic out there, too. We'll wrap this up first. Shout out to Ozzy and Biz. Thank y'all for the card. Very much appreciated. So, link is in the comments if you want to go get that. Y'all be blessed. We will be in these streets. And thank y'all for showing love in the community tab, too, because not everybody uses that. But the pictures of us just being out of the con or me being traumatized, I appreciate that. I think those are like the highest liked posts y'all have interacted with all year.
Yeah, we were definitely happy, Christy.
That's one emotion to describe it.
Stay tuned Thursday while we have Roxy Hayes on the show. I'm kidding.
Good night, America. Thank you for coming.
I just want to say, if someone's gonna pee on me, I'm gonna move out.
Wait a minute. What is going on?
She's quoting Riley Freeman.
That's what. Yeah, but I'm just like, wait a minute, because I'm trying to make these connections.
This is an off the stream conversation. Just stick around.
As Safari stays on the bridge of the ship. Go ahead, Spartan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Safari.
He cracks up.
Oh, Black Spartan. Oh, good Lord. Black_Spartan 615 is where you guys can find me on the interwebs. As they said, I live vicariously through them. I love the camaraderie of Blerdcon. Hopefully I will be there. Probably be +3. Dang, I had to count. That's bad. plus 3 kids. So hopefully I'll have the whole tribe there next year. But anyway, you usually can find me How the Frack We Got Here, political podcast, because dear God, we have a lot to cover this Wednesday come 7 p.m. Of course, video game podcast, Get Bit podcast, of course, every Friday at 8:30-ish. That we have a lot of news to cover. From there, both podcasts can be found where podcasts can be seen or heard. Also, check out the blerdseyeview.org podcast. As Lainey said, that our resident USA Mayhem Media is the editor-in-chief and director of. I usually cover wrestling there. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. Shout out to Mr. Kennedy for that one. If you have not gotten to wrestling, guys, there's a lot more of us that is getting a lot more TV time, a lot more matches, a lot more titles. We are basically getting a lot more exposure than we have ever had in the last
ever
4 decades.
Ever.
Oh yeah, it's nice to actually see a lot of us actually taking over that sport. But yes, definitely check it out. Not to take away from Reverend Navy's church, as I usually just wait for his message and I pass on the tide, but a like, a share, and a follow costs nothing, but helps us all out tremendously. At the same time, guys, con season, as you have heard, is up and running. 3 simple rules that you can follow that'll make your whole life easier. Number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplaying is for everybody, regardless of your height, weight, race, or preference. The only rule is don't do blackface. Don't want your ass kicked at a con? Don't do blackface. Simple as that. Number 2, hygiene is important. I cannot stress enough. And if you've been seeing the scenes from Blerdcon, there was next to nothing in walking room. You had elbows to elbows, cheek to cheek, literally cheek to cheek. I'm gonna let you take your interpretation from there. What I'm getting at is, guys, soap, deodorant, some cologne of some sort will help you out tremendously. Please don't do native. Native will get you kicked out, or you will figure out why you're the only person in the elevator and everybody's letting you go on. Again, don't stink. You'll save a life. And number 3 is the same rule that I have for myself that I have for everybody else, guys. In a world that is cruel, it is unkind. Be nice, be kind, share and talk about your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
No, Laney's elevator ride this weekend.
There were at least 2 situations, and one of them Laney had to deal with. One of them I followed into the vendor room and didn't realize what was happening. I'm like, yo. And all I thought about was Spartan and Tafari, and I'm like, yo, did y'all not see y'all didn't see the PSAs, did you?
I forced it into the rotation on the stream multiple times. You know, I followed my own self with deodorant. Like,
this lets me know when I go to Blerdcon, I'm just gonna have one big bottle spray of Clorox and just scope at the same time.
Yeah, where was the free deodorant man this year? We missed
it. Really?
No, we didn't. No, we had it. That was Damon Davis from Ultimate Wireless. Ultimate Wireless. Go check it out.
Oh, I got to meet him. He was cool.
I want to give a special shout out because Tafari did save my life because something happened and
I have no idea what she.
I was going to break a rule at a con, so
now he's famous and valiant.
Is this only on the bridge of the ship story?
I would prefer it, but
okay. No, if you prefer it, I will not break that rank.
Thank you, sir.
I have no idea what she's even referencing. It was a lot this weekend. Spartan show's gonna be lit on Wednesday though. Second we saw the headline, it's like, oh, look what happened in the news. We're like, well, how the frack did we get here?
So if you've missed the live stream, you can still watch it on blerdstation.com. Go to blerdstation.com, go on the live stream tab, and you can see it. And you can also see it on the Blerdcon YouTube page. Go sign up for Blerd Station. We in the building. Shout out to all the guests that we had. I'm at best. Atandwa Kani, Wes Armstrong, Cleo Thomas, Roxy Hayes, Phil Lamar, Phil Boutte, he was in the building. All the cosplayers. Kais Black was in the building, dressed as Moon Girl, and I loved it.
Missed that.
Shout out to the DJ over at the T-Con booth. That was amazing. Shout out to Jason Michael Primrose, the crew over Midnight Comics, Black Lion and Cubs, Night of Abyss, Terry Huddleston, Greg Burnham and the crew. Atlanta Comic-Con was in the building. Oh, geez, Concrete Comics was in the building. Everybody was there. The family was in full salute. Jesus, and I miss it. Shout out to the 20+ food trucks. Shout out to the soul food truck. You saved our life. Shout out to the lemonade truck. You saved my thirst. Thank you, Jesus.
The pizza truck for the insomniacs. They was hitting. They were one of the late night spots. That was
the munchie truck.
That was the munchie slash
the munchies.
That was the munchie slash we're all just up at 4 a.m. Like, oh yeah, shout out to your boy Roshi for just randomly popping up twice at like late at night. That was
so we had a fantastic time. Shout out to the How to Nerd podcast crew. Shout out to 3 Black Geeks. Do You Speak Geek? Shout out to Hellspawn Cosplay. We did an amazing thing this weekend, and I don't regret it. And we hope to do it again. But we are signing off. So, as I do with every show, remember to catch us Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and IG, at least for an hour on IG. And you can catch us anywhere you listen to your podcast. Be sure to download it. If it's on Apple, leave a 5-star review. Talk about what you've seen. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a like. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell. Leave a comment. Tell us what you want to talk about. I think we're going to start doing that. Patreon might be coming soon. Yeah. Shout out to Lainey and Jay. They blessed us with shirts this weekend. So, shout out to them for that. That was great. Shout out to Otaku Noir. I got some dope minifigs. and a slice of life mystery box, which I still have yet to crack it open. But shout out to Hilton George of Blerdcon and the team that he had there. It's not just a growing crown, it's an expansive convention that is home for us. It is a safe place for us. We have a blast every year. It's only getting bigger. So show support to your local Black cons is what I'm telling you. Shout out to Blerd and Powerful for creating this mission. And once again, thank you to everybody who's watched and supported us, and those who came up to Blerdcon and they seen us and gave us shout outs and talked to us and shook my hand and everything else. We appreciate you. Show your love, show your support. Tell a friend, tell a family, tell your mother, tell your father, because according to the crew, their families is just randomly watching it now. So we out here. But as I do with every show, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. And I encourage you to keep watching us. There's more news coming soon from Blerd Station. And until then, we will see you Thursday. We